Hey everyone, welcome back to the 90-second cyber story. A couple of house cleaning items before we get rolling. First off, what are we doing here? We are basically stripping down cybersecurity topics to a base level to simplify it and to give real life, real world application in order to prevent them or recover from them. So this is targeted towards business owners and entrepreneurs and managers who have a business and need to keep it running in spite of what's going on in the world right now with cybersecurity. Secondly, why 90 seconds? 90 seconds is because we're all busy. 90 seconds is just a way for us to cram as much information as possible so you can get on with your day. We're going to share a story of either a situation we've run into or a scenario that's happening out in the world and how to get around it. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, here we go. Here's our 90-second story. This is actually going to be in three parts because it touches on three different areas, specifically with cybersecurity. But so part one. All right, so we're going to call the company that we actually came on board with us because of this scenario. They didn't have a regular IT company or even a person before. Anyways, let's call them Everyday Company. They're a local company. They're a very specialized exporter. And they ended up getting a contract with a company down in Australia. We're going to call them Australia Co. And so here's the deal. So they negotiated the deal. It was in the final steps. Everyday Co sent Aussie Co an invoice and the instructions to do a wire transfer for the money. Right after that, in fact, this is what the email looks like right here. Shortly after that, they received another email from Everyday Co and clarifying some of the details. I guess some of their accounting information had changed. We're going to put that right here. And I've got 30 seconds. So what happened is a couple days go by, Everyday Co calls up Aussie Co and says, hey, what happened? I thought we were moving forward with this deal. And Aussie Co said, well, we did. We sent the money a couple of days ago. So going back, let's have a look at those emails again. Here you go. I'll let you look at those while I talk. And what happened is it was an impersonation attack. So basically they changed you'll see that a hacker impersonated them by making a little bit different of a domain. And they stole the signature and they stole the whole formatting of the email. And they were monitoring that email. And we'll get into that piece later on. But this highlights a very big issue. But that's our 90 seconds. So I'm going to cut it off there. And if that's our story, if you want to stop it here, fantastic. So all I'm going to do now is talk about real world ways of keeping this from happening. So we've also seen, just one more note on that, we've also seen instances where the domain is modified a little bit. So let's say you have a lowercase b in your domain. A hacker or impersonator might use a lowercase l and a lowercase c in order to make it look like a b at first glance. So that's our practical step number one. Number one, look at your headers. Look at the to and the from when you look at an email that you're receiving, especially when it has to do with financial information, or if it's a rush. Usually they'll put some sort of pressure on you to act fast. It'll help you to ignore little details or ignore regular process. Now that being said, unfortunately that header information, what you see, the to and the from, that can actually be faked. So there are tools that will actually help with that. And that's something I would ask your IT provider, but we're just talking about impersonation. We'll talk about what's called spoofing in another video. So, okay, yeah. So number one, look at the to and the from very carefully. Secondly, your accounting process. Review your accounting process. You should be doing some sort of two-step, not authentication, but two-step validation process. So if you receive an email asking for money, and even if you're expecting it, you should still pick up the phone, call that company, and verify the information. Because we see a lot of fake invoices go out. We see a lot of fake links to websites to pay invoices and that sort of thing. Fake PayPal accounts, et cetera, et cetera. What else do we have? Oh, and the last thing, impersonation. There are also IT tools to help out with impersonation, or at least ways to alert you to similar domains, or even alert you to let you know that an email comes from outside your organization, just to help with impersonation that happens of users that are within your organization. So for example, if you get a email from Joe who works down the hall, but it's flagged as an external email, you can, it'll basically tell you it's been faked. Anyways, if you guys have more questions on this, I'm available. Drop us a line, give us a call. Operators are standing by. Anyways, so I guess that's it. So any questions, let us know, and we'll talk to you guys next week. Have a good one. Thanks, bye.